Welcome to the brand new Draymond Green Show YouTube channel. Hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our content. Because my heart is hurting. Rest in peace to great Jerry West, passed away today at the age of 86. Worked in the NBA, has been in the NBA, played in the NBA, coach, executive since 1960. Which is 30 years prior to me being born. One-time NBA champion as a player, 8-time NBA champion as an executive, 1969 Finals MVP, the only MVP of a series that the losing team, the MVP came from the losing team in the series, which this man had to be cooking. 10-time All-NBA first team, 14-time All-Star. Famously said he would quit his job as a consultant for the Warriors if they traded Clay for Kevin Love. I can definitely believe that because Logo is intense, but I must say I don't remember that being said. But Logo that's Logo. So I can 100% believe that. One of the most clutch players ever, was a pioneer of the sport. And I had the opportunity to know him personally. And he was such an incredible person, an incredible man. And I think, what I appreciated about him most is you getting the truth. Whether you like it or not, you getting the truth. And he always, I think, he was a big supporter of me, and I've always been appreciative of that. And yet he was also extremely critical of me. And he'd voice that support to others, and he'd be critical of me to others. And he voiced that support to me, and he'd be critical of me to me. And I always appreciated it because, number one, to have a conversation with the Logo. To ever even have that conversation was always special to me. That's the guy we grow up that's the Logo. It's self-explanatory. We all see it. We all know the badge. That's the Logo. And so, number one, just to have a conversation. But number two, to be willing to support me, to coach me up in a sense, to give me advice, to stand up for me. I would always, and to give his love to me, I'll always be appreciative of that. He was, to have him around the Warriors organization the time that we had him, you could feel his voice. You could always feel his presence. His presence in that organization was huge. His tutelage. Anytime you can have one of the best ever around, the things that you just pick up, the knowledge that you pick up, the weight that his voice carried, I think it was a huge help to everybody. It was one of the reasons that we had the success that we had. Obviously, Bob being as great as Bob was, and, our ownership group, but having Logo around was huge because you get all that expertise. And from evaluating talent, from a draft from a draft perspective, free agent perspective, building a team perspective, to just have that type of knowledge around was huge. And, to have his demeanor around, he took no shit from anybody. And he'd tell you in a heartbeat, oh, y'all some idiots. You guys don't know, okay? And he just keeps saying, okay. And, someone that holds you responsible the way he did, Like, you can't replace those people in your life. Like, those people, they're invaluable. And so I'm extremely appreciative of my relationship with Logo, the times we've shared, sharing one of your sons with me, Johnny, who's a great, great, great friend of mine. Me and Johnny have been with the Warriors for about the same amount of time. We've grown up in our professional lives in that organization together. And I know, how much Johnny hurts, and Ryan, Miss Karen, send my love to them, as I know them extremely well personally. And then obviously to the other fellas, I send my love to all of them. But Johnny in particular, because like I said, we've been through some incredibly high ups together and some incredibly low lows together. And, throughout all of that, the relationship, I won't say it's never wavered, because it has. It's wavered one way, and that's to continue to grow, no matter what the situation was. To have someone like Johnny in an organization these organizations, this is some of the top businesses in the world. Like, these organizations can be tricky to navigate, and to have someone like Johnny who's understood it from childhood and growing up in it as a friend to help you understand it, and to always keep it professional and know, like, I have a job to do, but there are some things that I can help you navigate just as a friend, because I've seen X, Y, and Z for so long. And, I had the opportunity to play in arguably the best organization in the NBA. So it's not anything to navigate from the standpoint of like, oh, you're navigating your way through bullshit, because that's not the organization I've been in. But how to grow, how to grow and remain true to yourself, how to navigate in certain conversations with certain people that you may need to have a conversation with, how to approach different things, like, has always been one of those people that I could turn to and speak to. And because of his expertise, although right around the same age, because of his expertise, because of his experience around it, can give you a great answer from front office executive perspective through the lens of a friend. Like, it's just been incredible to me. And to see him go, like, I know how close that bond was. And to see Johnny go through what he's going through, it breaks my heart. Because Logo was the best. And, like, if you ever had an opportunity to interact with him, like, he left you with something. Like, when you finished your interaction, you left with something more than you came with. And not every day do you meet special people like that. So this has been a rough few weeks in the NBA, losing some of our legends. There's kind of always been like this. Not always, but like at times, you could feel like, oh man, some of the older guys don't support us the way like we would want them to support us, like that you would hope they support us. So you can sometimes feel like that, and it never felt that way with the Logo. Like I said, he'd be extremely critical of you, but it came from a place of like wanting you to do better. It came from a place of caring. And so just to have that, those experiences with him that I was able to have, I'm honored, and I cherished them because I left with something better than I arrived with. And, to Johnny, Ryan, Miss Karen, like I said, who I know extremely well personally, like, I send my love. It's a tough day. And I think something that a lot of us don't think about when these things happen is like, there's one side of like seeing the outpour of love and support and feeling that and being thankful for that. There's another side of that of like, it's in your face every day. And like having to live and hold on to that every day, even in moments where your day may move forward and you're not thinking about it. Like you can quickly be reminded of it because it's all over social media, because you ride around and you see a mural. And so as much as you appreciate that outpour of love, it can very much so be a burden. And, it obviously is a gift and a curse that comes with the territory. But I just send my love to them because they'll continue to have to live that. And I'll continue to send my love and my well wishes to the family. But for everybody else out there, like, continue to send your love in a time of need. And I don't just mean that obviously to Logo's family and, in this instance, like when you got people that go through stuff, like, we tend to show our love and then forget and move on with our lives. And like they keep on going through that. So continue to send your love. I'll continue to send my love. RIP to the great Jerry West, the Logo. Man, he'll be missed. And I'll definitely miss him. So that's a wrap from this episode of the Draymond Green Show. I appreciate you tuning in this episode. We will have another episode of Champs Only on Friday with D-Fish, Derek Fisher. So make sure you subscribe. I think that'll be our last Champs Only episode of this year. Till next time, that's a wrap. Peace.
We're this close to crowning an NBA champion. I like the Celtics, by the way, in 6. Jaylen Brown's going to be my MVP, and I love the Celtics in Game 1. But sign up, 90 seconds. Put in the code Collins, COLIN, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. If you're a new customer, bet $5. That's it. Just bet $5, and you'll get $150 instantly in bonus bets. The code Collins, COLIN, shows them that you're a new customer to get $150 in bonus bets only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. I'm leaning Celtics in 6, baby.